fishing stuff that we get into is not normal for most people. We go, for whatever reason, we went and fished Texoma in the FLW Toyota series. Been up there a couple days, fished it. I was planning on going to Smith, and you were planning on going to Amistad.
Yep.
And the deal was I had a Bassmaster Open. We had a TXTT on Amistad. It was the first one of the year. And we're like, okay, we're trying to figure this out. If we both don't, if figuring out how to, like, if we don't make the top 10, you can go down there. Your brother was up fishing the Texoma as a co-angler, and like, okay, you could go down there as a sub, with him as a sub, because we're allowed one sub a year. If not, we're just gonna have to pay for it and just
eat it.
Just eat it. So that was the plan. Even then, I was like, man, I don't know if you're gonna go down there.
Yeah, it was kind of sketchy. It's just get through fishing a tournament. Well, it's not even just a tournament. You get through. We've been fishing since when? Saturday. Since Sunday.
So like 5-6 days of hardcore fishing. Like I said, I was going to Smith. All that rain came down. So Friday during the tournament, or it was really when I was I was driving to go weigh in. I was in the boat. I looked down and I saw a message from Chris.
Hey, what? Bassmaster Open got food. It looks like I'm going to Amistad tomorrow.
Which sounds like a really smart and good idea at the time, because you're all kind of jacked up and it's 5 o'clock in the afternoon. It's no big deal.
Hey, I'm rolling with you. They canceled it. Yeah, so we're rolling. So we gotta get back.
No, if you look at the wind, I looked at it today.
Calm?
No, yeah, that's like 5.
Hey. So you're gonna take my truck and boat?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Let's roll. We gotta pack up. We gotta help. Hey, how long are we driving?
Yeah, I know, but it's like 7.5.
Okay.
Yeah,
cool.
But then we hadn't packed. I brought nothing for Amistad.
Nothing.
Get back to the place, we pack up, we do all this stuff, and we get on the road. Long story short, we make this drive. It wasn't that bad.
No, it wasn't that bad of a drive.
Considering, we pull into Del Rio at 3 in the morning. We're starving. We pull into Whataburger as soon as we pull in. So we're trying to figure out, we hadn't plugged in the boat, so that's an issue. Even though I got the power pole charge and batteries and stuff, like I still was hard on that stuff's not a miracle worker. It's not like you can just go 7 days in a row without ever charging your batteries. I mean, you got to charge them. You don't have to charge them if you fish regular people, like put it on 4 and fish a spot.
Ease
But
around,
man, I was on Texoma like flying down the bank and going around boats. I was putting on 10, going around, I mean, all day long. I fished for 9 hours. And we know we're going to try to sight fish the next day.
Yep.
And Amistad, we haven't been there. So it's not like we just get to show up on fish we found. We got to go find fish. So we got to put the trolling motor on high and go find fish during the Amistad's not a place that you just also we don't sit around doing anything like that, fishing spots.
No.
So we know that's semi an issue. We pull into Whataburger. There's like 4 state troopers pulling behind us. And the only reason I say that is we are in Del Rio.
Yeah.
We are on a border town.
Most of everybody knows what's kind of going on right now.
And I will say, I've been down to Amistad a bunch. And Amistad, for the lake itself, is about as safe as Rayburn.
Yeah. It's
like, I feel
good.
like it's awesome. Like, Amistad's awesome. Del Rio, walking around Del Rio is totally safe.
Huh.
Just walking around.
Yeah.
At night, at 3 in the morning, hooked up to a boat, they are known for stealing stuff down there, like in hotels. Like, it is known that
it's a border town.
Yeah. Well, regardless, there are certain places we travel to that are worse than others, regardless if it's border town or not. Del Rio is one of them.
True.
That they will, like, the hotel is right there all the hotels are right there by the main strip.
Yeah.
And that's where it all goes down. There's a reason 4 state troopers pulled up behind us. We probably saw 9 to 10 cops
and we're there
5
20
minute area.
Yeah, 20
5
minutes.
minute area.
Yeah. I mean, it's just
So I mean, it is what it is. Once you get on the outskirts of that, we know it's fine. So, but we were trying to figure out, what is that, the Chinese restaurant or something? We were gonna. I tried to convince them they had an outlet by their front door, and I was like, we'll just park right here, right next to this Whataburger and like hook up. We'll be out of here in a couple hours, no big deal. You wouldn't let me do it.
No, I wouldn't have.
Yeah. So we ended up going to this place we kind of know about that that we've stayed there before. It's like a little compound type deal, and we just kind of pulled in into this neighborhood and really just
slept for
a couple hours. We kind of looked like we were supposed to be there.
Yeah.
And everyone left us alone. No one said. I mean, we just pulled up in there just so we could get a couple hours of sleep, and we did. And it was amazing too because we went to bed around 4:30. I had the alarm for 6:30. It never came on. And I happened to wake up at 6:30 anyways, and there were some fishermen staying there, so they were already loading up and leaving. So anyways, we got our stuff and rolled out and freaking drove to the boat ramp. Yeah. We figured it's 20 foot lower than what I've ever seen it at.
Yeah.
70?
What was it? 2 years? We was there 2 years ago for a Costa.
Yeah.
And I think it was probably 10 to 15 foot lower than that.
Yeah, but we're talking probably.
But I know
at
what you're
least
talking.
60 foot low from normal.
Yeah, from normal.
So,
at least.
So all I know is when we would drive around stuff, I'd go, that's where I caught him, and we'd just be pointing up, not up on the bank. It wouldn't be like we were on flat bank, so it'd be like
way above
hundreds of yards away, like way over there.
Yeah.
So, anyways, I was a little worried about driving around there, and because even my map didn't even like. I don't know. I was just a little concerned that early in the morning of driving around.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, smash. This one was okay. The next one was the deal. That island as it comes back up. I remember all this. I don't think there was grass on that island. But that point right there. It looks so small. But like this creek was huge. Yeah.
So anyways, we get down there. We start catching fish right away. Catch a couple out of first, one or two at the first spot, one or two at the second spot. Then you know of a spot that you had caught fish, even though it was way up on the bank. We're like, hey, somewhere over there. We kind of got into them right there. So we had to limit pretty
early.
quick. We did stop at another stretch where we didn't really catch anything that looked right. That probably took a little bit of time, maybe an hour there where we didn't catch 45
I would
minutes.
say it was fairly, decent, especially not being there in 2 years and just showing up.
No. We caught
them pretty easy.
Yeah, we caught them pretty easy and pretty quick. So that was pretty good. Then we looked around. We're like, all right, let's go sight fishing. Well, sight fishing on Amistad's, we've done it, and we've done good at times, but never just showing up there. The problem with down here is everything's so far behind, and I know Del Rio is thought about as South Texas. I don't care what anyone says, it's not South Texas, it's West Texas.
Yeah.
And so the water temp was 63 degrees, but you can see 20 foot down there. A shallow bed down there is 5 foot.
Yep. Yes.
And when we did see beds, because a couple places we pulled into and there was nothing, they were all on like 5 foot water. I'm like, oh, they just started. Yep. So our first inclination is like to go to the back of a creek, but all the back of the creeks are
chalky.
You
can't. I mean, you can see, but you can't see that gray.
And you can tell we had some wind down there because in certain directions, on certain banks, you could tell it was chalky on certain sections. Even though it's so clear, you can't see because of the ripple.
That's right. It makes it way worse. Like here, you can still see when there's a ripple. I don't know why that is.
Well, because you're only looking 2 foot.
Yeah, probably so. 2 to 3 foot, whatever. There, you're trying to look down there 5, 10 feet, whatever, and if there's any kind of ripple, man, it makes it really,
impossible.
Really hard.
On most lakes, fish sit on the beds. On Amistad, they rarely sit on the bed. And it's weird. Like, there'll be a bed there, and it'll look perfect, and there'll be a bush over there, and a 10-pounder will sit in a bush that you can see the roots on the bush. You can see everything about that bush, and she'll be sitting in there, and you'll never see her. And
they blend in.
Yeah.
They don't get really dark. You would think they would be dark with the as clear as the water is.
Yeah, but they're not. They're super green.
Yeah.
They're super not
in.
the bright green.
Not the bright green.
They're the light green. We saw some smallmouth down there that came off the bank, which is kind of cool. I guess some smallmouth are getting more and more into that place. Seeing this pretty big one never on a bed. We fished for obviously a long time because she wasn't on a bed, and we were like, we might not ever see another one this big again. And
there she is. That's a bass.
That's a bass.
That's a big.
That's a big one, dude.
That's a big one. We got that bastard.
Yeah, we do.
We got that bastard.
Yeah, we do. Yeah.
I like how we all get excited. We ain't caught nothing yet.
She's right back.
I know. Yeah.
No, that was the male.
No, I know where she's at.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
All right. All right.
Like her just being back that quick, dude.
Yeah. Dude, I saw it on my.
I know.
Yeah.
I seen it.
Are you sure it's a largemouth?
Huh?
Is it a largemouth?
Oh yeah. I seen the black line. She is a largemouth. It's like a 5 or 6.
Oh yeah. Easy.
Yeah.
Dude.
I know, dude. I know.
Catch her?
Huh?
Catch her?
Dude, I don't listen, bro. I don't care. Let me hang on before.
Do whatever.
I want this net extended.
Oh yeah, Hey dude, that's all we need to do. We got her.
Okay.
We got her. Dude, I got that.
There?
Yeah, I got that male to freaking bite it. And dude, look at her. She rolled instantly up there.
Where is he at? Is he still up there?
Yeah,
Okay.
I got him to bite at it. As soon as he started biting at it, she rolls up in there.
Okay, good.
Don't know where he's at. Look how shallow she is.
Yeah.
I don't know where he went. They came out after it for a little ways. I might be able to get him right here. Dang it. Come on. I should have hooked her good, dude.
I know.
Okay.
You just got to get her right here where I can see her. Let's go get another one, dog. Let's go get another one.
I was like, is that my line going on?
I know, I seen it the same time as you did. I was like, I think he needs to set the hook. I was about to say something that you need to set the hook, dude.
Show it to the camera. Show it that I got it in the. Oh, that's all right.
Oh, well.
I hooked it like, yeah, there's a big old hole.
There's a big old hole.
Hold on, yeah, get that good one. Yeah. All right. Dude, I was like, man, my line's moving, but I don't. I was like, screw it, I'll set it. Dude, I thought she was gonna come on in. Hey, you gotta stop for a second. You gotta stop. So like when she was going, I'm like, I stopped reeling. I'm like, and I looked out there. It wasn't getting no closer, and you weren't getting no.
I was like,
it wasn't your fault. I was like, okay, she'll come, and dude, she went to dogging.
All right, so we caught that fish, and then we're like, hey, let's roll, man. We were thinking if we can catch one more like that. We didn't think we could win, but we were like, man, this might do pretty good. Like one more like this. So we tried, and man, we didn't really see that many, and we just kind of kept on just hustling, trying to find new little coves or little pockets or whatever we could find. We eventually went to another side of the lake where I knew it'd be clear, but they hadn't started over there, and then we ran out of battery.
Yep.
So basically our tournament's over. We did, for an hour after that, we did drift in the wind over some places, and you caught 2 actually while we did that. So that's always pretty cool when you don't have a trolling and you still catch 2. They didn't help us, but still. So we go to launch, which is strange too, because we're the last ones at the launch. It was a trailer event, and where we launched at, like everyone was already there. And we didn't get there late. We got there at like 3:08. You had to stop fishing at 3. And it was like half those people already quit.
Yeah.
They were done for the day.
They were done.
And we were like, I bet you we have them enough. So by the time it takes another 25, 30 minutes for us to load, because that was one of the worst boat ramp etiquette people.
Oh, yeah.
Luckily, I wasn't involved in it. You were involved in it. They were stomping on the ramp. There'd be like 6 people they don't even pull up on they just pulled up on the ramp and stopped. There was 3 people parked on the ramp with their trailers.
Yeah. Buckling their boat down like.
No, but parked to fish. There was those 3 boats on the side that weren't even, they just parked their boat and
they just parked their boat and trailers just
there. They didn't want to go anywhere. They like, I'll just park it on the ramp because the ramp's really long.
I didn't even pay attention to those.
There was 3 on the side, and that's why. And then the other guys.
That's the reason those were okay.
Yes.
Parking beside them, buckling their boat down, getting their stuff. Oh well, we're done fishing for the day.
And it was just a cluster because people it's amazing common sense with people. So, anyways, we get through all that. We get over the bridge, and my light comes on for my tire, and I'm like 19 air pressure. I'm like, God dang it! So I'm like sticking my head out the window, looking at it, and I'm like, dude, I got on the other side of the bridge, and when I looked down again, it was flat.
Yeah.
So we rolled 10 miles an hour, then 5 miles an hour up to the gas station, and I was like, I don't think I can make it down to we're only about a half mile to the.
Yeah, maybe a mile. We're about a mile.
Think we're a mile?
Yeah, we're a mile.
But there's a bunch of speed bumps, and then there's Caliche, part of the Caliche, and I was like, man, I'm gonna crush this freaking rim. There's no way, especially with the boat on it. And I was like, man, so we tried to air it up and fix a flat it just to get us by for 10 minutes because we have to weigh in. We have to be in line by 4:30, and it's 3:50 or 3:45. I call a buddy up, said, hey, can you send someone over here to get our fish, and we'll do this. And it was such a cluster down at the weigh-in, they couldn't get out. So we ended up changing it real quick. Somehow we got it all done and got down there. We were the last ones to weigh in. We barely made it in time. And then we weighed in 13.02. 13.05 got a check.
13.05 got a check.
Yeah, we got 13.02. 16 came in second, so we were right. If we'd have caught one more we did, we would have been in second.
Yes. Yep.
So it wasn't that bad of a deal. We kind of looked at the standings for afterwards. We did kind of want to make Angler of the Year in this thing, and the next 2 are going to be at Rayburn and the championship at Whitney.
Yep.
And most of the guys that fished that, listen, I'm not 100% sure on this. We looked at the names. I'd say almost all of them were locals. I'd say
a bunch of them
were locals. I would guess that very few of them were going to come down to Rayburn. And then so many of the guys from Rayburn, which I call out. I'll be the first one. So don't ever put us in that group of Rayburn guys. We'll actually drive around and fish other lakes and not just sit on Rayburn. I know most people from around that aren't from Rayburn hate that. I feel y'all. I'm right there with y'all. And are they scared? Yeah. I'd say I'll say it. Yeah, I think they're scared to get out off of Rayburn and come to y'all's lakes and fish. So the beef that y'all have with that, dude, I'll be the first one to stand behind y'all and agree with y'all. They won't do it. They can say that they're not scared and they've got other things going on and stuff like that, but there's absolutely no reason to get off of Rayburn. I'm just saying, because we didn't think anything twice about going down to Amistad. Actually, we love it.
Yeah, we like going to these different things.
Oh yeah,
we love going to these different lakes. It makes you better. Yeah. It makes you better for other things, especially for fishing the Toyotas and whether whatever it is.
Even coming back to Rayburn makes us better.
That's right. Even if even coming back to Rayburn makes us better.
And those guys won't, and most of those guys from Rayburn won't do it. Just plain and simple. So,
was it smart for us to drive down
heck
there?
Yeah. I was gonna say heck yeah before you said no. Heck yeah, it was. Hey, what? Well, it wasn't dumb.
Listen, going down there wasn't bad. And fishing the tournament, that wasn't bad.
We're 0.03 from getting a check.
That's right.
I can't say that that's a bad deal.
No, I don't think it was a bad deal either. Now,
and we're gonna go back down there
here in a couple
2 weeks and fish the Amistad event. So we kind of have a little bit better understanding of what's going on.
Yeah, for sure.
So I don't mind going down there.
No, going down there and fishing the tournament. That's not. That was fine. That was just we a little bit tired. Now the going home part, that's where we were a little bit
So we fixed the flat. We got a spare, and we're like, all right, let's start driving. We'll see how far we can make it. I made you drive for the first
hour and a half, 2 hours.
Was it? And
Yeah.
I took a little nap.
It was about 2 hours.
Not my nap. But
No,
what
me
you drive.
driving.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
I got 40. I woke up at right when you were pulling up to the checkpoint there. As we go through the checkpoint, I wake up. 30 minutes later, I'm on the phone. You're kind of driving. They say, no, Jason just pulls off out of nowhere. He's like, I'm done. He couldn't stay awake.
Dude, I was so tired.
So then you slept, and then I dropped you off in Tark in Cleveland.
Yeah.
And then I drove the rest of the way home, which the rest of the way home was only about another hour and a half. So if y'all don't know, it was 7.5 hours from Texoma to Amistad. That's not counting in for gas or stopping.
Right.
So it's closer to 8.
Yeah, it's probably 8. I'd say 8.
I looked it up. It's 500 miles is what it was, and almost on the dot just to Del Rio. We had a little bit further because we had to go to the boat ramp and do all that other stuff. And then it's 400, which is weird how it's closer, but it's 465 miles, which has always been that from my house to Amsterdam. I don't know why that is. Well, because we weren't at Texoma. We were north of Texoma. We were in Oklahoma at the time.
Kingston. We was in Kingston.
It took us 30 minutes just to even get back to Texas. Yeah. Regardless, so it was 8 hours there, and then 8 hours back. It was 965 miles basically. That's without driving anywhere else. 48 hours. I figured, I'm like, okay, we both had about 3 hours of sleep in 48 hours. 46 hours by the time I got home. That was just our weekend. And we say this because we're just kind of telling everyone like the little stories about fishing tournaments. Because like a lot of people like, you know, they'll fish tournaments. And I don't know why. Like, I guess we couldn't find a tournament closer than that. But... And like I said, it did.
We wanted I think the biggest part was it was on Amistad. We had really big expectations to go down there and sight fish. You know, I think that was a big one for us, and it was the Texas Team Trail. And we knew the next two were going to be on Rayburn, so we was like, man, if we could go down there and do really good in the points, which I feel like we done. You know, I mean,
we're fine.
25th.
Yeah. 25th, 26th.
Somewhere around in there.
There were some ties. I don't know if we were 26th and 27th or whatever.
But we got Rayburn coming up in what, May?
Into April? May? Yeah, May.
May. Sometime.
Yeah,
it's
May.
2 back to back. We get a day of practice on that.
And Whitney. I've heard good things about Whitney.
So.
Well, here's the crazy part. So, and we love Amistad. Amistad is used to be, I would say it used to be my number one lake that I got to fish. Texoma and Amistad are my top 5 lakes I like to fish, hands down. Like they're my two of my and I love those, and everyone's gonna be like Texoma, and I'm like, man, I just love Texoma. Something about Texoma I love. People from Texoma don't even like Texoma, but I love it. I'll fish any tournament I can up there, and then I just wish it was a little bit closer. 4 hours is just a little bit, like if it was like 2.5 to 3, I'd fish it more. They just don't have big enough stuff sometimes over there. As we're driving back, you know, we're looking around at like what's been going on over the weekend, and all these lakes, these lakes are freaking like going off. Like people catching, like Lake of the Pines, Cedar Creek, I think went off, and I'm like, how are we fishing like Texoma and Amistad? Yeah. And the weights were absolutely brutal. Horrible. And it's going off all around Texas.
Everywhere.
And we missed both of them.
Like, I think even on Fork, there was a 15.5 pounder caught Sunday in that Bass Champs deal. You know, the big bass tournament. I don't know how.
Toledo went off?
Yeah, Toledo went.
God.
I think everywhere. Maybe, was there anything on Rayburn besides the MLF?
I don't know.
They didn't really make Rayburn. They didn't really make Rayburn show.
There's like 14 stupid tournaments all the time on Rayburn. Yeah. Like it's hard to like keep track of how many. I saw someone else putting out another Rayburn tournament. Like there's going to be another series, and I'm just like, it's a little overboard right now. Yeah. It's getting out of hand. And like I said, that's why the Rayburn boys.
There's just as many Rayburn tournaments as it is fishing. As it is fishermen, I guess everybody can get a first or a second place now.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
It is a lot. There was an ABA and the ABA solo or whatever.
Yeah.
That's what was
That's
going
right.
on,
The
right?
solo Friday and Saturday, and then the ABA just
Individual.
The individual was Sunday.
Which some of those tournaments are pretty good. I like what they were trying to do. The scheduling I don't think the scheduling fit for a lot of people that wanted to fish those.
Yeah, I don't like a lot of the scheduling this year didn't fit.
They don't even pay. I don't think they just look to see where they can put in an event.
Yep.
But anyways, that was our weekend. It doesn't seem that bad now. At the time, it wasn't bad at the time. The sleeping, not that it was hard. It was like just trying. That was the hardest part. Is like trying to figure out where to go. Just rest your eyes for a little bit because, like I said, I mean that it's. One, you can't just pull up anywhere. If you pull off anywhere random, man, you're gonna get stopped by Border Patrol or like they're gonna come wonder what the heck you're doing there.
That's right.
And you can't just pull up. I mean, people still live around there. You can't just start pulling up on the side of the street and I don't want to get shot. You know, I mean, you got to kind of pick your poison. You know, pick where you're gonna go. That's it. Like you want to be a fisherman.
Yeah.
Like those are the trips that like you look around going, and what's funny is like we're not 20 anymore and we still do stuff like this. I mean, and this won't be probably the only time we do stuff like that. I don't think some people realize that like going from that one event like that to the extreme of another.
Yeah. And it's not like you're going. That's a big deal to me. It's not like we were leaving Texoma to go to Rayburn to go fishing an event. We was leaving Texoma, going the complete opposite of way from the house.
From the house, yeah.
And then go, you know.
Yeah, and it's not, and like I said, 2 years haven't been on the water in 2 years. And what's sad is we actually went down there thinking we were like showing up to like go do good.
Right, that's right.
Like I couldn't it's funny like that mentality we have of like, oh, we can go show up against them guys because we have like I remember me and Kelly Owens fished a tournament down there before a Toyota event. He called me up. He said, "Hey, what time when we get down there?" I'm like, "Saturday." He's like, "Let's get down there Friday. There's a tournament on Saturday. We'll fish it." And I was like, "All right." So we did that, and me and him came in second. And it was all locals down there. Me and him showed up for a day, practiced, and then came and had like 25 pounds down there. Harrelson's beat us, which I don't mind getting beat by those guys. But yeah, that's what's funny is that like, we'll show up. Yeah. We'll show up on. I won't show up on some random lake I've never been to, but even like 2 years removed from Amistad, and I go to Amistad maybe maybe average it once a year. Man, that don't even seem like a foreign lake to me. Texoma's the same way.
I like Texoma.
You give this one day on Texoma, I'll go fish any event on Texoma.
That's right. Texoma's good. It wasn't good to me this tournament, but like I like Texoma. I've had some really good finishes over there, and it can go from one extreme to the next for that person.
Yeah.
Not for it's for that person. Like you can be on them one day over there, and a light switch happens, and you're completely off of them.
Oh, that's what I like it. Anyways, that's it. That's our story of the Texoma to Amistad to back to Rayburn, back home. So you want to be a tournament fisherman?
Yeah.
Go get them.
Yeah.